Let's get into it, my friends. New Diablo patch just dropped, like, I don't know, like 10 gigabytes almost. This is gonna be the Season 1 patch, my friends. Let's see what we get. New uniques. 6 of them. Okay, shall we go to the Barb? Okay, we're gonna go over these later. Barbarian, new unique sword, lucky hit. Your core skills have a 20% chance to freeze enemies for 3 seconds and deal 0.75 damage? Well, it's less than 17. What the hell? But okay, I must say, why would you ever want to freeze on a Barb? I mean, come on. Okay, I don't know if we can search in here.
Love the content.
Barbarian. Ancestral Charge. Charge cards forwards 4 engines. Okay, we saw this in the preview. Dealing 50 to 100% of normal damage. Bug fixes, la la. Let's go over the Barb stuff first. Gameplay. Fixed an issue where the number of enemies to defeat Barbarian's crest was not displayed. Okay, this is some nice fix. Fixed an issue where our Maelstrom could be cast more than 3 times rapidly, casting Warcry. Okay, I guess that's nice. Fixed an issue where stacking Berserk Ripping, Skullbreaker, and Amnesia would allow the player to deal extreme amount of damage. Oh my god, they nerfed bleed, dude, again. It was already dead. No, this is exactly what we did to do the crazy damage. Oh no. Fixed an issue where the outer edges of Quake granted to Hammer of the Ancients via the... Oh my god. Ancestral Echoes were dealing far more damage than intended. Oh my god, it's dead. It's dead. This here was literally the last Quake of my life, guys. We did this about a couple minutes ago. Oh no. Oof. Right now. Barb's dead. What did they do to our boy again? Ah, shit. Well, guys, there's no Barb for me this season. Well, at least not as first character. I think it would just handicap us way too much. If we want to have a chance of being, you know, top 100 ranking, like, I don't think Barb is the play at all. It's a sad day. And this is all because of, like, console player, like, not being happy with the way Quake works, it seems. I don't know. I mean, this is, like, the best Barbarian build. And I think now it's gonna be just a shitty build in general. Like, you just, like, literally, like, fucking right-click the monster until it's dead. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, what more do we have? Okay, Bleed. Nerfed. HOTA nerfed. Let's see what's... is anything buffed? Experience, Helltide. Balance updates. Okay, let's get over that. Okay, here are some buffs at least of Arian. Violent double swing duration increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, I mean, that's okay. But double swing, like, doesn't really do enough damage. And I don't think vulnerable uptime was the problem on double swing, right? Upheaval here. Furious upheaval damage per stack increased from 3 to 5%. I mean, that's nice. It's gonna help it a bit because that rune is pretty nice. But you need to stack 10 basic skills in order to benefit from this. So it's not really gonna change upheaval. And if there's no Hellhammer change coming, I don't see this being viable at all. I mean, like, this used to be 8% in the open beta. And then it got nerfed from 8 to 3. And I mean, obviously that was way too much. And now it goes back to 5. Which is meh. And if Hellhammer has no change, I don't think this is anything that will, you know, be played much. I mean, I think Upheaval is a pretty cool skill. But it just deals, like, way less damage than the other core skills. Power charge cooldown reduction is now kept. Why? Nobody was playing charge already. And now they nerfed the best rune. And kept it. So you can't perma-charge at all. Like, no charge buff, guys. I think they introduced this new legendary for charge. And nobody played it already. And now they nerf it. What? Okay, so charge buff is not gonna see the light of day with this. It was already bad before, and I mean, now it's even worse. Groundstorm got some Fury increase. Okay. That helps. Death Blow damage bonus to bosses is increased. Okay, only to bosses. This is the rune, right? 50% increase. That's nice. This is gonna help with leveling, for sure. Seer Grass vulnerable duration is increased. That's cool. Okay, they seem to like really like there's several vulnerable duration buffs. Because I think they really recognize the problem that vulnerable is just so strong and you want to make everything vulnerable all the time, basically. So that's a welcome change. Rupture is buffed. Enhanced rupture damage increased from 30 to 45%. Okay, I mean, that's not really gonna help much, right? Like, rupture without Berserk Ripping is dead. I mean, you can just, like, again, you can just wait until your bleeds run out. And, I mean, like, just get Warcry on your bar and just have more damage than with Rupture. Warrior's Rupture attack speed bonus increased from 20 to 30%. Warrior's Rupture attack speed bonus is increased, okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, this helps a bit. Fight High Rupture healing. I don't know, guys, do you feel this is enough to make Rupture integrated in any build? I don't believe so. I mean, if it doesn't work with Berserk Ripping, there's no way. I mean, they can double the Rupture damage. I mean, it's 30%, guys. Like, Rend base is like 100-something%. This does nothing. Especially with the other bleed nerf that we've seen above. I don't think there's much of a way. Hamstring now only slows healthy enemies. And slow amount is increased. So you can't proc crowd control with hamstring with bleeds anymore. It only works versus healthy targets, which is only if they're above 80%, and then it drops off. Oof. So that's gonna make gearing the barb way harder. Oh my god, why did they nerf this? Like, in which world is this good? Oh my god, they... So, damage to slowed, damage to crowd controlled, like all of that is useless now pretty much, because you only have like 20% uptime on it with hamstring. Like, how else are you gonna slow? Okay, that's not good. Cut to the bone, which is the bleed passive. Damage bonus to vulnerable reduced. They nerfed bleed again. Okay, I mean... Fuck. So they buffed Rupture slightly, they nerfed Berserk Ripping, they nerfed the stun interaction, and they also nerfed Hamstring with bleeds. And now they also nerf the bleed from... oh man. I mean, Whirlwind Barb was already pretty bad, right? Not Whirlwind, Bleed Barb was already pretty bad. Let's see. Bleed. So here, this is the passive that they nerfed, guys. Hello? They nerfed this. This worked versus all slowed enemies. And now it only works versus healthy enemies. And this got like a 20% nerf almost. It goes from 1.18 to 1.15. Man, and Bleed Barb was already like one of the weaker builds. I don't understand. Paragon. Wrath Glyph bonus. Okay, that's nice. This helps sleep and stuff. Like, Wrath is the one that gives you... Here, this one. Wrath. It works for all skills now. That's a pretty good change, finally, man. Because now we can use this for, you know, for kick barb, for leap barb, so that's cool. Aspects. Relentless Berserkers. Berserking duration is increased. Okay, I mean, nobody really plays this. I don't think we will play this ever. But maybe it's gonna help. I mean, definitely nice to see a buff. We have Battle Mats. Duration increased. Oh, mad. Wait, which one is that? I don't even remember. can just go here. Yeah, nobody used this, so this is probably good. This is probably a good change. Brawler's aspect. Brawler. You see, Brawler. And this is a nice little nerf, nice little buff to kick. They nerfed it before with the Codex of Power power shift, so they brought it back now. This is a 50% buff, which is exactly what they nerfed in the Codex. So that's cool. So they just reverted the Codex nerf with for leap, and that's cool. Aspect of Burning Rage. I think that's the one where you deal more damage when you're in berserking, right? Nobody played this before because it does fire damage, and on Barb you only really scale physical. Yeah. I mean, I guess this helps. Definitely a good change. Aspect of the Iron Warrior. I think this is the... Is it Iron Skin? I think this one is Iron Skin. I think we need to go here. Iron Warrior. Iron Skin grants unstoppable, and now, what is it, 28% damage reduction? Okay, that's cool. That's a cool change. I like that. I really like Iron Skin. Slacking aspect, lucky hit chance. Slaking. I've never used this. I don't even know what this is. Is it utility? Okay, whatever. I mean, we got some lucky hit chance, I guess. It's a ring. But it's a ring? There it is. You have up to 50% chance to get... Okay, this is a slight buff to rent. Okay, I mean, it goes from 50 to 60. It's not much. Aspect of the Echoes. This is the one that spawns the engines. It's also increased by 10%. Okay. Weapons Master. Weapons Master is the one that gives you double stacks, right? I mean, this does not have much impact. Oh, I think it goes on gloves, right? There it is. Your weapon mastery skills have an additional charge, and lucky hit is increased now by 60%. Okay, this is not really impactful. You're only up by 5%. Okay, here it gets interesting. Gores. So this is the Whirlwind Gloves, yes. The Gores Devastating Crisps now explode every 2 seconds or after it ends. Thanks for the sound, man. Its hit cap has been removed. Okay, so this means a couple things. You can now accumulate some proper damage, but it's kind of taking away the control the player has over it, because you can't choose when you explode it properly, because it has a maximum cap of 2 seconds. We will test this later, because this might mean... Do you guys think it will interrupt our Whirlwind? Let's say... Okay, this could be pretty interesting. I mean, it's not going to really help us in the new season, because you're not going to have Gores from the start during leveling. But look, I like that they removed the cap. I like that a lot. But, I mean, if it's just going to end our Whirlwind and we're going to lose our buffs, like, you get me? Like, you know, is it going to interrupt our Whirlwind? Let's say we're spinning. When we have aspect of dire Whirlwind, we get crit chance. Then we're spinning. But then after 2 seconds, it like force interrupts us and triggers the Gore. You guys think we will still be channeling? If it doesn't interrupt, then I mean, it's not complete dog shit. But man, it like takes away like all your burst capabilities because you can't control it now. Like it just automatically triggers. Yeah, if it doesn't interrupt it, it might be a nice buff. But I mean, Whirlwind is just... Dude, like so bad. And this doesn't really help against the bosses now. Because now you can't accumulate damage still and one-shot the boss, or like, I don't know, make significant damage to the boss. Fields of Crimson bleeding bonus has been increased. Yeah. Oof. That's for... Okay, I mean, we make 5% more damage with bleeds. That could help. But yeah. Let's recap for a second. There's a slight buff to Whirlwind. There's huge buffs to all the huge nerfs to all the bleeding builds. There's minor buffs to Rupture. There's small buffs to Charge and Kick. Well, actually, no, there's a nerf to Charge because we reduced the cooldown. And the best build on Barb, the HOTA Barb, lost half of its damage or something. Like, no more Quakes, guys. This has literally been the last Quake of our Barb career. Unlucky. Well, that has been the Barb. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's keep going. Okay, wait, let's read General. Let's read General here first. We're gonna do a Sorcerer roll after. General changes. Aspect of Disobedience, stacks reduced from 100 to 60. Reducing maximum bonus armor as well. What? Oof. Okay, guys. Sorcerer, rip. Sorcerer only didn't have enough armor to tank 100. Or this is like big for every class. But I mean, to be fair, this was by far the best. It's also gonna hurt Barbs, obviously. Aspect of Retribution. Bonus damage to stunned enemies reduced to 20? Jesus, man. This is further nerf to HOTA. Because, I mean, like, we use this all the time with HOTA. Holy shit, man. Exploiters aspect reduced from 50 to 40. Starlight aspect. Yeah, I think this is some resource generation or like healing or something. Items. Butcher's Cleaver slow increased. Yeah, whatever. Drop rate adjustment. More drop rates from 5 to 10%. 5% more drops. Removed a 20% chance to drop items from elite monsters. Okay, so I don't know. It's buffed, it's nerfed. I mean, like, it sounds like it's still gonna stay the same. But they're basically buffing inside of dungeons. It's gonna get a buff. Nightmare Dungeon's gonna get more legendaries. Monsters. Increased monster HP scaling from 85 to 100% bonus per extra player in a party. Ooh. So this is gonna nerf party play. I already thought it was 100% for our party members. Alright. I guess it's gonna be even harder to play in a group now. Because now they're gonna have, instead of, what is it, 345%, they're gonna have 400% health. Thanks for the promise, my friend. Adjusted the scaling of greed shrines to improve the effectiveness. World bosses now drop potions. Dude. I think they already dropped plenty of potions, to be honest. There's no longer a limit on how many materials you can refine into higher materials at once. Thank God, quality of life, dude. Many affixes are too efficient in outshining alternatives. We're looking to refine the outliers. Yeah, that's, I mean, Disobedience was definitely too strong of a defensive choice. Like it's been adjusted. But, I mean, they need to make up on Necro and Sorcerer by giving them armor buffs, dude. Like, those classes, because Intelligence, like all res, like Intelligence is the main set of Sorcerer and Necros. It gives you all res, and all res doesn't do anything for your toughness right now, or almost nothing. So Sorcerer and Necro, like, can't survive already. And now if you take Disobedience away and you don't fix the armor nodes, like, make basically all the Paragon all res nodes into armor nodes or something, or fix all res. Like, it's fucking crazy. Sorcerer is just a glass cannon, completely. Now it's even less armor, and then on top of it, Sorcerer is gonna lose 3 skulls in their jewelry. Well, because you have the Malignant Hearts there now, and you're gonna lose Disobedience. I mean, you need some armor on Sorcerer. I haven't read everything, maybe there is. Barrier can now appear. Okay, this is nice, this is nice. Barrier generation can now appear on my Barb's ring. Yeah, okay, that's not so cool. It's gonna make it harder to roll crit on rings and stuff. Resistance can now appear on shields. Why? like who cares about this one? Resistance is like worst set in the game, and it can now appear on shields. Yay! It is what it is. The core stat bonus on weapons has been overperforming. Okay. Main stat. So they're gonna reduce it by half? From 50 to 25%. So are current items affected by this? If you already have one that has high main stat, is it gonna be less? It's for all classes. Did you log in? I'm still downloading. So all the items that you have got like rolled to a lower amount now. Shit. Cooldown reduction affixes felt mandatory due to their power. Reduced by 30%. Imbuement skill reduction, trap skill reduction. Man. My heart goes out to all the sorcerers. I mean, this is bad for everybody, but yeah. I mean, in general, I agree. Like, cooldown was fucking insane. I think the rolls were too high. I think... Okay, guys, I mean, on first glance, it might sound horrible, but I think this is a good change. Cooldown was way too mandatory already. Like, if you had an amulet without cooldown, trash, you know? So, it was the best in slot by a significant margin. But yeah, it's gonna reduce the fun a bit, because obviously you can't spam your skills as much. We're seeing critical strike damage and vulnerable often viewed as hard requirements. Of course they are, because they are the only multipliers next to main stat in the game and everything else is additive. Yeah, they are. I mean, that's what happens if you give, you know, core damage, close damage, damage while fortify, damage while poison, blah blah blah. Like, it's all in one bucket, and then vulnerable is a separate multiplier. Yeah, obviously they are a hard requirement. So what did they do? Crit damage reduced by 17%.
Hi Rob. Hi chat, it's Rod. I just wanted to say I'm super happy today to be able to give away something to you guys. I'm ready to donate. You get a nerf. You get a nerf. You get a nerf. You get a nerf.
Everybody gets a nerf. Thank you. Oh man, yeah, of course everybody was stacking the separate multiplier. And now, okay, crit damage is nerfed by 17%. Vulnerable damage is reduced by 40%. Cooldown reduction, the implicit on offense is reduced. The crit damage implicit on weapons. And Barb has 4 of them. This is gonna hit Barb very hard again. Barb has 4 weapons. And we were using swords. And I mean, this one as well. You know, on Necro. Okay, on Necro, I have 1 weapon, which intelligence is reduced now. On Barb, man, I have 4 weapons, and all 4 weapons gonna have reduced main stat. How is this fair? On Barb, I have 4 swords with crit damage, and all of them, and vulnerable, crit damage implicit, crit damage roll, vulnerable, and main stat. And all 4 stats on all of the, at least on 3 of the weapons, are gonna get reduced. Man, it was already dead before. Jesus. Damage to crowd control decreased. Damage to frozen enemies increased. Okay. Physical damage increased. I mean, Barb already has so much additive. So all this is increased. Damage with 200 bludgeoning increased. I mean, that's a nice change, but it doesn't really help us. Because I think close damage is still higher, right? But it makes it a bit more competitive. I mean, we were memeing on Hellhammer before, which is, I don't know, like 20-something%. So, oof. Wait. We have seen that skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters many levels above their own. We want to support this, but the current situation is beyond what we believe is correct for the long term of the game. To chase this goal, we are shifting power to many offensive aspects from defensive aspects. So they want us to be less tanky, but deal more damage. Did I get that right? We have seen that skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters, many levels above them. We want to support this. To chase this goal, we're shifting power to offensive from defensive. So they want us to slaughter even harder, but also to get slaughtered. We know this will make our endgame content more deadly, in particular for those chasing our pinnacle boss. An encounter not meant for the faint of heart. Overcoming the pinnacle boss will take an ounce of grit. Okay, we'll try out our bone spear later, which got nerfed. We continue to evaluate feedback. So they are buffing damage, and they are nerfing defensive things. So total armor and werebearer, total armor, damage reduction from close, damage reduction from distant, damage reduction from bleeding, from burning, from poisoned, from shadow damage over time, and damage reduction while fortified. Oh man. We gonna not deal any damage and we're gonna die. That's it. Jesus. Okay, short barb recap. We have bleed, overall nerfed. The damage interactions that were dealing good damage are gone. The rupture is a little buffed, but the berserk ripping interaction is gone anyways. We're gonna have nerfs to we have nerfs to hamstring. We have nerfs to all crit damage. Because we have 4 weapons on Barb. We have nerfs to all the main stat on the weapons. I mean, we're gonna deal a lot less damage. We have a significant nerf to HOTA.
But this shit is getting hilarious. We literally farmed gear for 100 of hours for nothing right now.
No, I don't know.
They killed every class and they sent Barb into hell like WTF is their problem. Nerfs were needed, but this is Diablo. We are supposed to feel strong.
I mean, I agree with some of this for sure, yeah. We're supposed to feel strong.
There goes my chance at an Uber Lilith kill in hardcore.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. I mean, obviously this is a lot. But keep in mind, guys, we're gonna get a seasonal theme. And we don't know what those powers are yet. We're gonna get a crazy seasonal theme. Like, who knows? Like, maybe we're gonna get all of this power back. But man, I just feel like Barb, because it has 4 weapons, and they're gonna remove all the stats from the weapons and half all the crit damage, all the vulnerable damage, all the main stat, and the implicits. All 4 stats of our weapons gonna get nerfed. HOTA probably has half the damage now. Jesus. Yeah, we need to see, guys. We're gonna do a lot of testing. I'm gonna do analysis of the other classes, patch notes here as well. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.